Howdy y'all, Jeff here. Welcome back. Working on a project in the shop today, doing an improvement on my mobile saw station that I have here. I have a Milwaukee battery powered saw mounted to a rolling workstation, and today I'm going to be mounting up a battery powered vacuum using the Milwaukee wall mount system. I'm going to be walking you through this step by step, what tools I use, what materials. In the description below, I'm going to be showing you what products, what SKU numbers, and how you can buy them so you can have a successful project if you want to do this yourself. Are you ready? Here we go. Vacuum for this project, I've chosen to go with this battery powered unit from Milwaukee. It's part of their Packout series. If you haven't heard of Packout, it's a really awesome organization system. And it's great even if you don't have Milwaukee tools. It can be used to organize parts, pieces. There are cups, everything locks into each other so you don't have to worry about falling over. There are bags, backpacks, rolling toolboxes, various cases of all sizes. And again, it's not just for tools. It can be used to organize your barbecue gear, for boating. And then this past year, they came out with these wall brackets, which are great in your garage, your shop, your work van, trailer, anywhere you want to hang them and lock units in together. So I've selected this one, which is 2x3, fits perfectly in the space, matches up with the vacuum I selected. And the great thing is, on this tool chest I'm using, it already has some holes up here for different pegs for storage. But I got lucky and it matches up perfectly with these holes on the top of the Packout bracket. So I'm gonna have to drill a couple on the bottom here. We're gonna get started by removing the drawers, figuring out what size fasteners we need. So to remove these drawers, there's a tab on both sides that when you push it down, you can slide the bracket back. Okay, so I started to test fit the bracket on here and encountered my first problem with what my plan was going to be. I realized that this unit actually has double walls. So between this piece of sheet right here and the outside, there's about a 1/2 inch gap. So I can't just come straight through those holes. I thought about drilling through both pieces and putting a longer bolt through there, but now I'm gonna have a void in between, and when I go to tighten it down, it's gonna pull those two pieces together, and that could affect the drawer slides and how the drawers operate. So went back and started looking at some other options that I had, and found these expansion nuts, 1/4 inch 20 thread, 5/8 inch diameter rubber expansion nut. So all I have to do is drill out these holes to accept this 5/8 expansion nut, and let's see if that plan works. All right, I have a tip for you. Even though most of the metal on this rolling tool chest is pretty thick, this pegboard section is a thinner gauge, and when you're using a standard drill bit, it can result in distortion or even tearing of the metal. So I found what works best is to use this 1/4 inch drill bit for pilot holes. Then I switch over to a step drill bit to work my way up to a 1/2 inch diameter for the expansion nuts that I'm using to mount the wall bracket. Okay, let's find some expansion nuts. Here we go. And these should work. Okay, and now some 1/4 20 by 1.25 inch bolts. Okay, so a couple tips when installing these expansion nuts. It can be helpful to use a punch to get them centered. There is a little bit of give since they are basically a rubber bushing. And then get the bolt installed. and you need to push it all the way forward, which you can't always do because you need to be applying pressure on the head. So to get started, you can put a socket on there, push forward with a punch, and turn it with your fingers until it starts to grab. Then you can put your socket wrench on there and finish tightening it down. Okay, so just about done here. These are the expansion nuts that I was using. So the bigger part, the outside flange, is 5/8 of an inch. The inside really takes about a 1/2 inch hole to get those in. And then the inside is what's threaded, so 1/4 20-inch bolt. And as it threads in and pulls against this flange here, this will flare out on the back side of the metal. So that's what ends up clamping this in place. So let me finish getting the last few of these installed and we will be ready to mount up the vacuum. All right, so with the vacuum mounted, we can release the hose. We can remove this slanted nozzle that came on the vacuum. We're going to use this nozzle that came with the vacuum. Remove the dust collection bag. Push the nozzle into place. And now we have the battery-powered vacuum mounted on our battery-powered miter saw. If you found this video helpful, please hit that like button, subscribe, and check the comment section below for the detailed list of all the materials and tools I used. See you next time.